Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's your boy FX back on the YouTubes. Happy to be back. Today we got a pretty standard video going on. It's going to be the main quest or the Easter egg for Liberty Falls. A quick, easy, efficient guide for you guys. So let's go ahead, get right into it. Alright, so to get started, what we're going to do is go ahead and grind up points. Any map, you want to grind points in the very beginning just to open it up more. I am looking for a max ammo power up right here. There are usually about every power up around the map you can shoot and get. If you want me to do a video on that, let me know. So let's go over here and hit this vending machine. At the beginning of each round, you can hit that vending machine. It can give you points or even a ray gun. And to start the main quest off, we just want to go up to this door. It will bust open with these zombies. Just kill all of them, get as many points as possible, and then continue forward. As you can see, this is the wonder weapon for the map. It's called the Thrustadyne. We're going to be getting 3 parts to go ahead and build that. And we're going to open... Oh, nope, never mind. We're going to hit this vending machine beginning of the round. See if we can get some points.
Listen up. We've got 3 scientists unaccounted for, last seen in town. Locating and extracting them is now your top priority.
So we were able to get some extra points there, and then we're going to open up this door going forward. Alright, so we flipped a couple rounds now. Get to the cemetery. This is where we're going to get our first part to the Thrustadyne. So there should be a zombie here called the Groundskeeper. Give us a moment here, just looking around, trying to find him. It is random. We are at a low round. Sometimes he doesn't spawn. Oh, and there he is, the Groundskeeper. You can see he's wearing some overalls and a plaid shirt. You don't want to let him run away from you because he does despawn and you will have to wait another round. He's going to drop the tool shed key. You're going to grab that key, and then you're going to go back to where you came from, this little main street here. And there's going to be an alley to the right of the cemetery. Just go straight through there. And then this is the little tool shed, and your first part, the handbrake.
Good find. That's got to be the handbrake for the Thrustadyne weapon.
We are going to go ahead and buy the door to the bank so we can get Juggernog and get back and forth between the bowling alley and the main road, because our second part is in the bowling alley. So on the right side of this wall here, you're going to see this little panel. Just melee that, and it's going to say water valve required. Just go back to the other side of the map where Speed Cola is, and on the right side of that, you'll see a water spigot, and just hold the interact, you'll get the water valve. Now, this is going to be the hardest part of the Easter egg here. You're going to have to hold the interact on this panel while zombies do spawn all around you. Bring decoys, bring the Aether Shroud, anything you can just to go ahead and survive, anything to take the attention off of you, especially if you're solo. But once you go ahead and get that done, it will drop the water pressure gauge for that Thrustadyne wonder weapon, and you can continue moving forward. We're going to go ahead, flip some rounds, get some perks, if you can, pack punch your weapons. And we're just going to start the main quest here as well. Really, all this does is start the dialogue. We already got 2 parts, waiting on the 3rd here now.
Your project data security, yes? A so-called rapid response team.
So for the next few rounds, all we're gonna really do is wait for a mangler to spawn. If you want, you can go ahead and buy this sniper rifle. It will help out in the long run to get a free perk of Deadshot Daiquiri. That does increase your damage significantly. And then we're gonna go ahead and do another small Easter egg. It's the zombie head Easter egg. Pretty much all you want is an explosive, a Semtex, frag grenade, or impact as I use here. I missed the first time. And what that's going to do is drop a bunch of armor plates, gear, points, and then the main thing that we're looking for is the Aether tool. There we go. That just upgrades your weapon from common to uncommon, which saves you 500 scrap in the end. It used to upgrade it all the way to rare, but no longer. So we're flipping around. We're just gonna get our perks. So I looks like I grabbed 3 perks. I grabbed Jug, Sleight of Hand, Stamina Up. I popped that decoy, and this is that Deadshot Daiquiri Easter egg here to give us a free perk. And now you want to buy perks beforehand because it's a free perk. So the later you get this, the more points you're gonna save.
Now I just need one of those daggy Hawaiian shirts.
Extraction is ready when you are, Alpha.
You know your prices are...
So we went ahead and pack-a-punched. We were searching for some scrap in those crystals there because we want to be able to do enough damage to this mangler here. Round 11 or 10, this mangler should go ahead and spawn. And pretty much you want to dodge his first blast and then shoot his arm off. Then you're going to take that past the comic book store, kind of towards the spawn. If you have the Mangler Cannon already unlocked, you can always use scrap to get this immediately instead of having to wait for this. Then you would already have all 3 parts.
That's Dr. Moline. Join the physics team.
Alright, so this black gate right here, we want to go ahead and use the hand cannon on that, or the Mangler Cannon. And then there'll be the salvage piles that we want to go ahead and search through. It'll eventually drop what you need, that third and last part, the electrical wires. And then you're just going to want to scoop those up and then take them back to that initial spawn room that I was talking to you about and I showed you in the beginning.
Jackpot. That's the wiring for the jet gun. I think that's everything we need for the jet gun. Let's head back to the motel and slap this thing together.
So just go up to it, hold the interact button,
Rusted,
boom.
Model 23,
And we can switch out our sniper rifle, we no longer need that.
but that doesn't matter now.
And now we have to build the LTG device. What you're going to do, immediately run back to the comic book store. We passed through there earlier. Then look up into the ceiling and use the primary firing mode on it. It's going to suck that up.
But there's still 2 more. We're working on it, Panos.
Alright, so you're going to want to run past Speed Cola up these stairs to the left. And then jump off this roof onto the white box truck.
No.
And look through the window. That is where you're going to go ahead and find that second part. And then the last part is very simple. That's going to be in the chapel next to Pano.
Did we cause this?
Probably. That's a better question for Director Richter.
So all you have to do is get on these pews, look up, and then there's your third part.
That's enough working
And now, if you've ever extracted on this map, you want to go to the extraction roof and build the LTG. You can follow me here. Just gonna buy this door, zip line across.
About the director. I saw him when this started, when his comms went dark.
And boom, there we go. That's the LTG crafting table. Boom. Now, I did mess up on this next part. I do just go directly to the Black Cloud. You're going to want to go to the chapel first and actually grab the canister. But for the sake of this video, once the LTG step starts, you're going to have to go ahead and defend it for about a minute from the zombies. Shouldn't be too much of a problem as long as you have a pack-a-punch weapon and the rarity is rare or above.
Gateways. But seriously, the LTG summons high-value targets so we can steal their life energy. My colleagues.
So this next clip I did cut short. We end up finishing this and then the clips kind of got cut somewhere. But it does spawn the abomination with the 3 heads. This is where I mess up. I didn't have the canister down. It wasn't inside the trap, supposedly. But you'll see me here. We go back to the chapel and we grab that canister now. And then this is good for you guys to see as well, because if you do mess up, you do get another chance. It's not like if you mess up, you can't try it again.
Yes, he was formidable. But sometimes survival is about the friends you make. Hey, what was that? Oh, okay, fine, I'll shut up.
Alright, so you're going to want to go ahead and put that canister directly on this Aether Trap here. The closer the better, because you have to have that abomination in this trap when you kill it. Once you do that though, you're ready to go ahead, flip the round, restart. You're not going to have to do that defense again. It does automatically spawn LTG or that elite enemy. So just go ahead, train him all the way back to the trap. And then you want to do enough damage to where you get a purple hue or a purple mist off of this abomination. Alright, a couple more hits here. Boom. There we go. That's that purple hue I was talking about. You start your trap and then make sure you kill him in the trap. You'll see that purple dot go into that canister. Immediately pick that up and run to the church. You are on about a 1.5-minute timer to get this to the church, so try to be quick.
Time to find and fill the last canister.
Now, the last canister, you're going to need the Strauss counter. They're going to give you that directly in this machine here. And there's going to be 3 monitors around the map. Also, don't forget to go ahead and pick up that LTG device, because once we finish these monitors, we're going to get right into the last step pretty much. Now, the Strauss counter measures frequencies, so if it's a red frequency, you want the opposite of that, which is going to be green. It's going to neutralize each frequency. Yeah, or neutralize the dark energy. So the first one was backed by that handbrake. The second one's going to be off the extraction roof here. And you see I have red, so we're going to go ahead and put green. Just double check it there. And then the last one's going to be by the bowling alley, kind of in between the bowling alley and PhD Flopper. Right up there. And this one's yellow, so if it's neutral, just put it yellow, and then it should move after all 3 are done. And that will go ahead and trigger that dialogue, and you should know that this step is complete.
Okay, that canister by the gas station should be accessible now.
Goody. Let's get to work filling it.
So just run by the gas station if you never knew what this was, this thing that hurts you in the beginning. It is that Dark Aether canister for the main quest. It unlocks after you do all 3 of those. And you're going to want to do the same thing as last time, just put it directly on the trap. So there's the trap, follow the wire here, and just place it directly on it. And then we picked up that LTG device from earlier, so we're going to go ahead and start up this last step really quick. Now, it's not going to be an abomination this time, it's going to be a mangler. But that's going to be after this 1 minute of defense.
Sentry turret's live.
Gateway portal stabilizing.
Reading a Dark Ether power
Alright, now that doesn't take too long. Once you do that, you just want to do as much damage as you can, get him down to that purple hue, and then start that trap again. And then make him follow you into that trap, and just finish him off. Again, you see his essence go into the canister, grab it, and run.
Oh yes, Blanchard. Once they get back here, we can finish the job.
Alright, back in the church, we're going to go ahead and put that last canister in, and now we are ready for the boss fight, pretty much, or like final encounter. So I do recommend at this time, upgrade your weapons as much as you can. Either your main weapon or the wonder weapon works. But you want to usually have like a pack 2 weapon. I am doing it solo, and since it is such a low round, I think... Oh no, I do get PAP 2. Get PAP 2, and I think we start it right up.
Kidding. I don't pay taxes.
And now, I only went in with 1 shield. That probably wasn't too smart of me. If I would have went in with 3 or 2, it would have made things a lot easier.
Simultaneous dimensional gateway. Do this right, and the SDG
So this final encounter is going to be done in 3 different waves. The first wave, you might get 1 or 2 just regular enemies, which are pretty easy. What I recommend for each wave is kill off these little first stragglers, I like to call them. Once your special zombies spawn, then you want to start training, and there is a secondary firing mode on the Threstodyne. It does a giant burst outwards. You just want to gather zombies, train them up, and then just do that burst. It does a bunch of damage to the elites and the regular zombies.
Look who's keeping up with you, Gacy.
And just like that, they're gone. Now that also did do a lot of damage, you see, to the manglers. My Pack Punch 2 weapon is helping me out a lot here. So make sure you're prepared. But once you go ahead and finish those 2 manglers off, you'll have a couple little stragglers left. That'll be the end of wave 1. It'll spawn a max armor. And then it'll start the second wave immediately. You get no break in between.
Just as you promised. The energy orb is growing.
So again, we just picked up those little stragglers in the beginning, waiting for our elite enemy to spawn, and then we're going to do our train and then the secondary firing mode until pretty much we can whittle down those elites. And he's still chasing me, you can see. He's a man on a mission. He won't stop until he gets you, so just continue running, continue training. Stamina up, your perks help a ton. So, ended up having to pop Aether Shroud just to go ahead and get this guy down, because these zombies do not let up. Okay? It's not easy. Now, once you finish that wave, that max ammo will spawn. Immediately, round 3 starts.
The hell out of
The only thing with round 3 is now, instead of that elite Mangler, it's going to be an elite Abomination. Also very tough, but once you get the training down, you use that secondary firing with the Wonder Weapon, you should have no problem with this.
Steroids for me? Fuck no. For my gun? Fuck yes.
It is going to spawn some Manglers, some other enemies, some vermin. It's annoying, believe me, but Mangler's not really all too powerful, not like the Abomination is. That Abomination is the elite enemy. So if you have a Gobblegum, go ahead and pop that. Insta-kill does help. Aether Shroud helps. Anything helps to get the attention off of you. But I pop the insta-kill because it does increase the amount of damage you do to bosses, to elites, to other zombies like that. As you see, I pop that head off really quickly. It helps out a
Make this
ton.
look easy. But it's not. It's not at all. I hate it. Just an idea.
Alright, now just about to finish him up here. We're so close. It gets so frustrating, so hectic. Your adrenaline's pumping. You just want to get that last little bit of damage. I pop this here. If you want, you can always go in with the injector, a mutant injector, just to be safe. If you're going down, you can use it, or in my case, I just use it at the end here. And then that's pretty much it, guys. You did it. If you did make it to the end of this video, this is my first voiceover. If you have any advice, anything, just go ahead, put that down in the comments. If you want me to do more of these videos, like I said, if you want power-up reward, Easter eggs, there are a little bit smaller Easter eggs. They're pretty fun in here as well. I could do videos on that. And this was requested by a viewer from my stream on Twitch. If you guys have a second to check that out, I do stream usually about every day, 7:30 to like 11ish, 12ish. So if you want to join me there, it is Effexy. It's my name, but with a Y at the end. Twitch wouldn't let me put just Effects. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, see you all later.